back for part 2. So we're doing the face palette declutter. So I really like this one. I've not used it in ages though. It's a sleek makeup. It looks like that. I don't use the cream because it's just way too old now. I want to just make sure that these highlighters are in good condition. One way to do this is to do it now with you guys. Look at those. They are so pretty. Yeah, we're going to keep that for now. Some Revolution ones. So, Makeup Revolution Rose Gold. I'm sure this one's broken as well. Yeah. I do like this one. Look, you can see it's broken. I'm sure I've mixed them in the past though and they've been okay. So we're keeping that for now. Right, this one's broken. I think I'm going to declutter it. I think they still sell this Makeup Revolution anyway. You can see I've used most of the bronzer. I like it for the bronzer. You can see I barely used any of the highlighter. So it's the I Heart Revolution Bronze and Glow. So we'll put that in the bin. Now we've got the Made by Mitchell Comet case going nowhere. I got this a couple of years ago in the 11/11 sale that I did off TikTok shop, and I don't think he does it anymore, otherwise I'd link it because it is something out of this world. I really like it, especially these on this side. I've not really done a lot with these on this side. I mean, I've mixed that. I think I mixed that with, no, I've definitely used that one. And I've mixed that with, where am I looking, these two up here somewhere. Doesn't it just do the best, like, blushes and face palettes and things like that? I have got some blush balms by him, and I want to be using them soon, so look out for that. Right, one that I don't much care for, and I don't, is this Dior. I hate saying it, I don't much care for it. So it's in the shade Rose Gold, and it's the Dior Backstage Glow Face Palette. What I need to do with this is I need to pan it, because I'm certainly not going to be throwing it out because it's very expensive, and at least, I mean, I could probably use all 4 of them shades. Do you know what it reminds me of? I've got a Huda Beauty palette like this, and the Huda Beauty one is better. So we've got this, is it Becca? No, sorry, it's Overglow. That Overglow signature palette. And that's what it has, all the best highlighters that they brought out. I got it just to try out years ago, and I've still not used it all. So Star Island, Rodeo Drive, Barley, Pillow Talk and Blissful. So the iconic ones are Star Island, Rodeo Drive and Pillow Talk. So I'm glad I've got that. It's really nice actually. And this is the Becca one that I thought that was before for some bizarre reason. I knew what the Becca one looked like. I don't know what's wrong with me today. So we've got the Blush with Light now. The shades in this are, let's have a look, Wisteria, Songbird and Snapdragon. I love this shade. I love anything with a glow on. I like them both as well. So I like this one. It's got more of like that rosy brown shade to it, and that's also what I'm into now. So I definitely need to pull that out for Shop My Stash. The next one is Catrice Luminous. So it looks like that. This one's really pretty as well. The highlighters are really nice. And again, another glowy blush. Totally me. Kevyn Aucoin Dual Pop Face and Eye Palette. Right, so within this is eyeshadows and face. I don't much care for the eyeshadows, if I'm being completely honest. I could pan this. I do use like that kind of shade all over my eyelid before I use any other eyeshadows. Maybe I could try the bronzy ones more and see if I like them anymore. But then you've got the likes of this teal and then this like maroon shade up here. I don't wear those types of shades. This one looks like it's getting hard pan, so I'm going to see if I can do something with that. Maybe a bit of sticky tape would get rid of that. I do like this bronzer though, but it feels like, are you really going to keep it for the sculpting powder? At the moment, yes. Right, so this is really old. If you're a lover of Charlotte Tilbury, you just know how old it is. I got this when I went on holiday. and I really like the cheek products in it. I don't much care for the eyeshadow. I don't mind this matte brown. And then this for the inner corner. This one's just too light for my purpose of an eyeshadow. It looks more like a highlighter to me. There's just no colour. Well, there is. I mean, you can see a colour there. But it's not, it's not like in your face. And some people might not want one to be in the face. But again, this is another palette that I would love to pan one day. I mean, a lot of the eyeshadows have got dips in. This one has. And this one has as well. And then this one's got a big dip in. And then this one has too. So it is really nice. And I don't want to just declutter it for the sake of decluttering it. So now we've got the Simpsons Revolution Treehouse of Horror. They brought that out a couple of years ago, didn't they, for Halloween. I like it. I can't obviously use this. Maybe it would look nice on the eyes, but it certainly doesn't look nice on the cheeks for a fair girl. And then we've got Boy. I always use Boy. When it comes round to Halloween and I want to use it, I always use Haunted House rather than Ghost Story. Right, I've got a couple of these Becca, Chloe and Malika palettes. So whose is this? This is Malika's. And I didn't realise at the time, I got it from TK Maxx, I got it for like half price, £25, and they was retailing for £50 on the website. I think Space NK did them at the time. And I got Malika's instead of Chloe's. And I was a big fan of the Kardashians at the time. So I wasn't happy when I took it home and realised it was Malika's. Yes, I probably could have taken it back, but they don't really like to take makeup back, do they, in the UK? So I mean, it's a pretty palette, right? It's really gorgeous. This would look gorgeous on someone that's tanned, whereas I'm never going to be tanned. This one's a nice blush. That bronzer, I can get away with it, believe it or not. Highlighter's pretty nice. So that's Malika's. So that's going nowhere. So now we've got Becca, Chloe, and Malika's Chloe's version. Wasn't Malika's the one I liked the best? I think it was, yeah. These just seem incredibly light. I don't particularly like that. Alright, that's alright, and that's alright. And I think in Malika's, yeah, it's that blusher that I really like. They look like they've not been touched. That's why I wanted to get rid of some of my face palettes, but it doesn't look likely, guys. Right, now there's some that I've made that I really do like to use. So we've got this one. It's a Bleach London face palette. So do you remember when Tanya Bear was on YouTube and when she did makeup for Superdrug? Well, I've got some of her products in here. I've got a bronzer. It's not in Project Pan or anything, but I want to use it up. Then that's her blusher. Again, that's the peachy vibe I used to go for. I still want it to be in there, even though I don't really use that as much. Then we've got this. I think that's Rockature, isn't it? No, that's Rockature. That's what? Havana. Then we've got Gold Rush, I think, down here. We've got a Tarte blush down here that I don't know what it's called. And a Primark highlighter. I really like this one. Right, I don't have much time, but here's another one. So Primark, Tarte, Deck of Scarlet, Benefit, Deck of Scarlet, and that's Deck of Scarlet as well. So, okay, so next is the YSL. So it looks like this. This is really old as well. And I've kept it for that blush. That definitely is my kind of blush. The eyeshadows that I like are probably those three up there. I don't like that gold, even though it looks really used. At one point, I must have loved it. Not so much now. So we've got the Revolution Radiance palette as well. I really like these. They're good dupes for Hourglass. You can still get them if you do a Google search, but Makeup Revolution don't do them, I don't think. I won this in a competition. I think this is one I can get rid of. So I have got shades similar to that. I do want to try it out one last time and just make sure I don't want to keep it. And then we'll probably declutter it. And my mum got me this one. It's so cute. Got it from Primark. I don't wear the eyeshadows anymore. I just wear the face products and they are so nice. I normally mix those and then use that as a highlighter. So it seems that was more of a makeup collection, but that's fine. I do have some on chopping block, which we'll be using really soon, and I'll be deciding whether to keep or declutter. Thank you for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.